Hi folks, Job Lot Comics here, having a look at an old Bronze Age Daredevil, and he's got the Black Widow with him because the title became Daredevil and the Black Widow a few months back, and Black Widow sort of became his partner in this book to the point where she even got a credit in the title. What's odd about this book here, apart from the fact that it's kind of beaten up, is the creative team on it. Yeah, Stiltman stalks the city. Has there ever been a more rubbish villain than the Stiltman? Yeah, probably, but he always just seemed weak to me. And then I think, did Frank Miller make him dark and gritty? I don't know. Anyway, this is 1973. Chris Claremont was writing it. Can you believe that? Chris Claremont wrote Daredevil. Sid Shores is an artist. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I know who Sid Shore is. And hopefully some of the viewers might know, and you can put a little comment in there. And while you're doing it, you can subscribe to the channel. You can hit the notification bell, yeah? Where else are you going to see a video all about Stiltman? Actually, there's probably lots. Anyway, if you look at Sid Shore's art here, it's very Gene Colan, don't you think? I think it is kind of Gene Colan. And we've got Daredevil doing what he does best, because he's a street level hero, and he should be fighting these kind of doofuses, because, you know, you were expecting maybe the Mass Marauder. It's a quick fight. There we go. It's a montage fight. Yeah, and if this was a modern day comic, see this one panel here, that would be half the issue. And it would be Daredevil saying things like, oh my gosh, I have to do this and then do that and then do the next thing. And then, you know, it would just be rubbish. But no, back in the day, you know, you would just get the fight and then you would see what happens. Sid Shores. Is Sid Shores another name for Gene Colan? I don't know. Anyway, meanwhile, in another part of town, Matt and Natasha are sort of hanging out. Matt is wearing a pinstriped polo neck shirt. Now, I know that the dude's blind, yeah, but you would think Natasha at some point would say, you know, Matt, see if you're going to wear like a polo necked jumper, just wear a plain one. Don't wear the pinstriped one. Nobody wants to see Matt Murdock wearing that, yeah. Good Lord, you filth, what's going on here? Look at your daughter, Dr. Claxton Endros could teach her a thing or two about life and death. He'd like that very much. You filth! Yeah, so Chris Claremont doing something quite odd with Stiltman here. Also, I'm getting a little seedy in Daredevil issue 102. I like Daredevil and the Black Widow as a team. I think it was, here's another montage, Sid Shores showing all the different ways Daredevil swings about. Yeah, I quite liked them. I think there was a good dynamic. I must admit that round about here, Daredevil was floundering, and it was a sort of trend that would continue all the way through. Roger McKenzie took over doing the run and made things just a little bit more cohesive, and sort of fleshed things out a little bit for the readers, and you know, did some arcs throughout the story, as opposed to sort of this kind of villain of the week thing. Yeah. Good Lord, Natasha, what on earth are you doing? There's that ghost. See it? And then Frank Miller would come on, and Frank would be drawing Daredevil under the oh my God, Natasha. And see, that's the bit from the cover. You see? And then there's the bit in the book. I like when the cover represents the book. I know some of you don't care about such things. I like when that happens. Stiltman's such a dirtbag, isn't he? I mean, what's happening here? Natasha, are you all? Shh, my arm hurts so much, Matt. Hold me tight. So yeah, then whatchamacallit, Frank would doing the artwork on it, and then he would eventually take over. Was it 168? Frank? No, I think 158 was his first art. That's that Death Watcher cover in the graveyard, yeah. And then he would take over writing, and he'd introduce Elektra in 168. Have I got that right? And then he would do this great run. And that's what really saved Daredevil, because, you know, I'm pretty sure round about now, this title was on the verge of getting cancelled. Look at this. Marvel's just discovered that they can do horror again. So you get all this stuff. Foam! So there you go. That's like a really kind of weird Chris Claremont scripted issue of Daredevil and Black Widow. You can get these quite cheap. If you see them, grab them. They're worth it. They're worth the price of admission. Those Frank Miller issues, I think they're the ones that are those early ones, they're really hard to get hold of. So anyway, hope you enjoyed looking at that. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We've managed to sort of break out of that little plateau that we had going on when we were stuck at 553. So now we've got a few more subscribers. So if you've subscribed recently, then thank you very much indeed. Look at these people down here, and they see if that was modern days, they'd all have their phones out. And what is that? Is that Linda's nightclub? Who is this Linda? Thanks for subscribing, gang. I'll see you all on next one.